Hi, welcome back to E-Time's live streaming coverage from the show floor of the San Jose Convention Center. Even though it sounds like a vacuum engine test facility in the background, so hopefully you can't hear too much of that. But we're back for day 2 of our live streaming programming, and our next guests plural, are from Mosys Technology, Dave DeMaria and Mark Baumann, and they're here to tell us about a new product that you guys have out, and it's good to see you back in the business after working with you for years in the EDA sector. So tell us about your network engine.
Okay, so the product's called the Bandwidth Engine, and it's a new chip that's targeted at networking systems. And when you look at next generation networks as they move to 40 gig, 100 gig, terabit networks, the current memory system is a huge bottleneck in getting that performance. So this chip helps to achieve bandwidth, hence the name Bandwidth Engine, and really fast access to the memory. And Mark will talk a little bit more about the application, but there's 5 key innovations in the chip. The first is our 1T SRAM memory IP, and that really helps provide the dense memory that's needed for this next generation system, plus very fast access to that memory. The second key innovation is we've done something very revolutionary on the I/O of the chip. We've gone from what's traditionally been a parallel interface, DDR style, if you like, to a serial interface. So the chip has a 10 gig SerDes interface on it, and that's critical to, again, get the performance that's needed in these systems.
So how long was the development of this part, and is it an evolution from an earlier family, or did you design it from the ground up?
Good question. So most people will know Mosys as an IP company. And in fact, we started to transform ourselves to also become a fabless semiconductor company probably 3 years ago. So we got a new CEO, Len Parham, one of the
IDT, right?
IDT luminary, right? He was CEO of IDT for many years. In fact, he was involved in founding Mosys. Mosys spun out of IDT. So he came 2008 to be CEO of Mosys and came up with this idea to take this IP that we've got with 1T SRAM and turn that IP into a new chip for the networking industry. So we then went on to acquire a SerDes company. So actually we acquired 2 SerDes companies to give us the I/O around the chip, but also to help grow our IP business.
So you guys...
So about 3 years we've been doing this.
Yeah, and you've not been snoozing at all. It sounds like you've been busy. So Mark, talk to us a little bit about applications for this particular technology.
Yeah, so again, as David mentioned, we were kind of focused on the networking world, so the Ciscos, the Alcatels, the Junipers of the world. And what we did is we went out and tried to see what their problem actually was. What we took from our discussions is that they had what we term as a bandwidth density problem. So they're trying to shove these gigabits of data through each line card that they have. And the bottleneck was definitely getting in and out of memory. So what ended up happening was they were using massive number of pins, hundreds if not thousands of pins, to try and keep the memory bandwidth up with what the line card throughput was. As Dave mentioned, we ended up putting 16 10 gig lanes down onto one device. So we have 160 gigabits of essential bandwidth in and out of one memory device.
That's completely nuts.
It's in support though. If you do the math, it actually works in support of a 100 gigabit line card. Okay. They need about 2 billion accesses per packet. To keep up, 2 billion accesses for the 100 gigabits to keep up with it, and that's what the Bandwidth Engine allows. So we allow 2 billion accesses a second in and out of the memory.
Okay, so you guys are here at the show?
We're here at the show.
Booth number?
Booth number 2342.
2342. So if you're out there, you're coming by today, you're coming by tomorrow, come see Dave and Mark at booth number 2342, and they'll talk your ear off.
Thanks,
about
Brian.
This cool new technology. So thanks for coming. We're going to take a 2-minute break, switch into our next guest from Stratos, and we're just going to continue rocking and rolling.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.